Hey guys, so I'm in the process of making a Mullein tincture and I wanted to hop on here and just talk about some of the benefits of Mullein. I know I've made this video recently, but I have to make more Mullein because it's been very popular the past couple months. Probably, with flu season, cold season would be why, because a Mullein is amazing for all things respiratory. So if you have like a cold or like a virus, the flu, anything like that, Mullein is going to be really great for lung support. It's going to help keep your lungs nice and strong and healthy. It is great for coughs. If you have like a cough that just is persistent, it's really amazing for that. It's great for mucus. Like if you have mucus in your lungs or you're just coughing up mucus, this is going to help loosen that if you have mucus in your lungs, you really want to help loosen that and cough that up and get that out of there so it doesn't become something more serious. Also drink lots of water too if you have mucus. That helps to thin the mucus out and that's going to help you kind of cough it up easier too. So Mullein's also really amazing because it is also known to be very anti-inflammatory. So people who have asthma tend to benefit from it because asthma is basically inflammation in the airways. So when you have that inflammation and it acts up, it closes up your airway. Well, if you're taking Mullein, you have that constant anti-inflammatory. I know a lot of people who have asthma who've had amazing success with Mullein in not needing their inhalers as much. And I'm not saying don't use your inhaler and don't keep it with you. Always do that's especially if you have a bad case of asthma, always make sure you have your inhaler just for emergency situations. But this is really helpful in relieving some of that inflammation. If you have lung issues like COPD, if you had the big C in your lungs, this is something that's great to kind of get everything back to like a healthy level for that lung support. If you are a smoker or if you were a smoker, even if you're currently a smoker, this is great because it's going to kind of help you get that mucus out, the phlegm. I mean, it's not bad to take it while you're still smoking. I mean, you can still help yourself while you're still smoking, If you're looking to quit smoke, passion flower, it actually cuts off the cravings for nicotine in the brain. So passion flower and Mullein. Mullein's just really great for basically, I call it the T-zone for like sinus pressure because it helps with the inflammation going down to the lungs and like across the airway and everything. So like it's great. It helps with sore throat. It helps with the inflammation of it, discomfort, literally all things respiratory, like pretty much you name it, it's probably beneficial for it. So I've got my jar. I've got my 64 ounce. I've got it filled about a third of the way with Mullein. I use cut and sifted Mullein when I don't have access to fresh. I'm going to top it off with 80 to 100 proof vodka, all the way to the top. I'm going to cap it off, label Mullein in 80 proof vodka, the date I made it and my batch number. You don't need to do a batch number if you're not going to be selling it. If it's just for personal use, you won't need that. And I'm going to let it sit in a room temperature, like location, not cold, not hot. Dark, preferably, for about 6 weeks. And then at the end of 6 weeks, you want to strain it with a cheesecloth. Make sure you can also use coffee filters. Just make sure it's the unbleached coffee filters, the brown ones, because you don't want the bleach getting your goodness. But make sure when you strain it very carefully because Mullein does, if you've ever seen it in the wild or like if anyone's ever shown it to you, it has these tiny little like hairs all over it. And if you don't properly strain that, like if you make a Mullein tea, don't use like the tea balls. Make sure you're using either like reusable tea bags or something that's going to strain it really well. Because if you don't, it can actually make it worse. So like if you put this in a tea ball and it goes through all those little crevices, these little fine hairs that are all over it, it's actually going to make your throat worse. It's going to make it itch really bad. And I've had people message me and be like, hey, I'm drinking Mullein tea and it's making it worse. My cough's getting worse. Can you, is it something that I'm having a reaction? And I was like, well, if you're drinking as a tea, what are you using to strain it? And they said the tea balls. And I was like, well, that's your problem. You have to make sure you're using like a cheesecloth, something that's going to get those little hairs out of there because it will make it worse. I double strain mine through cheesecloths just to make sure. But yeah, so you're going to let it sit for 6 weeks. After that, strain it. And you have your Mullein extract. I start off with about 7 to 10 drops myself every 4 to 6 hours. That's about how fast herbs are metabolized out of our body. So if we're not replenishing after 4 to 6 hours, we're losing their effectiveness. So if you are taking something for, a cough and you metabolize it out after 4 to 6 hours and you don't re-up, it's not going to have that effectiveness that you want. So you want to make sure that you're re-upping. if you're just taking it for general lung support, you can take it like twice a day. I do twice a day when I just want to feel a little healthier, you know. But yeah, Mullein, guys, if you have any questions, comment in the comment section. Always shoot me a message. I do have this available on my website if you don't feel confident making it yet. But if you do, it's super easy, guys. 80 to 100 proof of like the most affordable brand vodka you can buy. Honestly, you don't want to buy an expensive vodka because it's going to have all that flavor in it, and you want to taste the herbs. You don't want to taste the flavor of the vodka. So buy an affordable brand, a low-priced brand, vodka, 80 proof, 100 proof, whatever you can get your hands on, and you can try and make it yourself. It's super easy, I swear. So, all right, you guys, have an amazing night. Take care of you, and I will talk to you soon.